And a source close to the royal household told me it's not lost on Prince William that Meghan has launched an alcohol brand on his mother's birthday, the very mum he lost in a drink driving tragedy. When I asked if there was anger around Meghan using Diana's birthday to promote her commercial products, they said it's what he's come to expect from her.
Prince William is seething after Meghan launches wine on Diana's birthday. You heard that right, folks. The Duchess of Sussex just pulled off what might be the most spectacularly tone-deaf marketing move since New Coke. We're talking about launching an alcohol brand on the birthday of a woman who died in a drunk driving accident. The audacity is so thick, you could cut it with a knife and serve it at a royal banquet.
Exclusive information about the launch of Meghan's new rosé. She released a 2023 Napa Valley rosé on the same day as the late Princess Diana's birthday. The royal family isn't happy about this at all. They're not happy about the timing.
But wait, there's more to this royal train wreck than meets the eye. So here's what happened. Meghan decides to launch her 2023 Napa Valley rosé on the 1st of July, Princess Diana's birthday. The wine sold out faster than toilet paper during the pandemic. Sounds like a success story, right? Well, here's where it gets interesting. This is apparently the SEETHING time Meghan's had to issue refunds because she didn't have enough product. You know what they say about fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Well, you're probably buying wine from someone who can't count inventory.
That's right. And again, sold out, sold out, sold out. By the way, that was the second time Meghan's had to issue refunds because she didn't have enough product. I'm curious to see if the rosé, anybody that purchased the rosé will get a similar email saying, oops, sorry, we don't have the actual product you purchased.
Now, the royal sources are saying Prince William is absolutely livid. Can you blame the guy? His mother died in a car crash involving a drunk driver, and his sister-in-law decided to hawk alcohol on her birthday. The timing is so bad, it makes pineapple on pizza look like a reasonable life choice. But here's what really gets under William's skin. According to Palace insiders, William's reaction was basically, well, this is exactly what I expected from her. Ouch. When your own family member's response to your business launch is essentially a royal eye roll, you know you've hit rock bottom. The source said William and Catherine have gotten pretty good at ignoring the Sussex drama, but anything involving Diana still hits him where it hurts.
But as you know, Diana tragically lost her life in a car crash by an impaired driver. Making the decision to launch an alcohol brand on Princess Diana's birthday by Meghan, not just tone deaf, but deeply insensitive.
You've got to wonder what goes through someone's mind when they're sitting around a conference table going, you know what would be perfect for our alcohol launch? The birthday of someone who died because of alcohol. It's like opening a swimming pool company on the anniversary of the Titanic sinking. But the real kicker is what happened next. This isn't Meghan's first rodeo with questionable timing. Remember when she announced her pregnancy at Princess Eugenie's wedding? Or when she wore white to a royal wedding that wasn't hers? The woman has turned poor timing into an art form. She's collected more awkward moments than a middle schooler at their first dance. The Palace source basically said they're not surprised anymore. When someone consistently makes decisions that would make a reality television producer blush, you just learn to expect the unexpected. But here's where the story gets even more ridiculous.
Can you believe that she would release an alcohol product, launch this big brand on Diana's birthday, who died at the hands of a drunk driver?
Let's talk about this sold out situation. Meghan's team is celebrating like they just won the lottery, but selling out when you don't have enough inventory is like bragging about running a marathon when you only trained for a 5K. The woman has now had to apologize to customers twice for not having the products they ordered. At this point, pre-ordering from Meghan's brand is riskier than buying a used car from someone who won't let you see it first. Customer service must be having a field day. Sorry, we don't actually have the wine you paid for, but here's a lovely email explaining why that's somehow a good thing. But wait, it gets worse. Here's the thing that really gets people fired up. This is the same woman who lectures everyone about compassion, sensitivity, and being mindful of others' feelings. She's written about mental health awareness, spoken about the importance of family, and positioned herself as someone who understands grief and loss. Then she goes and pulls this stunt. The irony is so thick you could bottle it and sell it alongside the rosé. She's basically become the poster child for do as I say, not as I do.
It is so tone deaf, but I'm not surprised because everything this couple does is tone deaf. Everything they do just reeks of hypocrisy and self-involvement, self-interest. And using Princess Di's birthday for any sort of product launch, I think, is in bad taste, let alone something like this, which is obviously anyone with any sort of sense would go, wait a second, that's possibly not something you want to be doing.
But here's what really has people talking. From a business perspective, this move is fascinating in the worst possible way. Any marketing 101 student could tell you that launching an alcohol brand on the birthday of someone who died in a drunk driving accident is a no-go. It's like opening a steakhouse on World Vegetarian Day or starting a hair salon on National Bald Day. The PR team must have been sitting there like, should we maybe pick a different date? And someone apparently said, nah, let's go with the one that will guarantee maximum controversy. Because nothing says premium wine experience like a side of family drama and public outrage. The royal family's response has been classic British understatement. When asked about their feelings, they basically said, we're not surprised, in royal speak. That's equivalent to flipping a table and screaming. William apparently just shook his head and went back to his royal duties, probably thinking, at least I don't have to deal with this drama at Christmas dinner anymore. Catherine probably just added it to her mental list of things I'm glad I don't have to explain to my children. Meanwhile, King Charles is probably somewhere writing strongly worded letters that will never be sent. But here's where things get really interesting. The public's reaction has been about as predictable as a British summer, disappointing with a chance of outrage. Social media exploded faster than a champagne cork at a royal wedding. People are calling it everything from tasteless to beyond belief to peak Meghan behavior. The wine might have sold out, but so did Meghan's credibility with a lot of people. Comment sections are lighting up like Christmas trees, and not in a good way. The woman managed to turn a product launch into a royal incident. But wait, there's more. This whole situation perfectly captures the ongoing Sussex saga. Every time you think the story can't get more dramatic, someone goes and launches alcoholic beverages on significant dates. It's like a soap opera that writes itself, except the writers are apparently drunk on their own wine. The timing, the execution, the aftermath, it's all so perfectly chaotic that you almost have to admire the consistency. Meghan has managed to turn every business venture into a royal controversy. She's got the Midas touch, except instead of turning things to gold, she turns them into headlines. And here's the kicker. At the end of the day, this whole wine launch situation is just another chapter in the ongoing book of how to alienate your royal in-laws for dummies. Meghan managed to combine business, family drama, and questionable timing into one spectacular mess. The woman has turned poor decision-making into performance art. Prince William is probably sitting in his palace thinking, at least she's consistent. And you know what? He's not wrong. Meghan has mastered the art of turning every opportunity into a controversy. Whether it's launching wine on Diana's birthday, wearing white to weddings, or timing announcements for maximum awkwardness, she's got a talent for making people uncomfortable. So what's next for the Duchess of Drama? Well, if history is any indicator, probably another poorly timed announcement or product launch. Maybe she'll open a driving school on the anniversary of her mother-in-law's death, or start a marriage counseling service on the day her divorce was finalized. The royal family is probably investing in stronger alcohol for their own consumption at this point. They're going to need it to get through whatever comes next. William and Catherine have mastered the art of royal patience, but even they must have limits. The lesson here is simple. When you're launching a product, maybe check the calendar first. Make sure you're not picking a date that will make your target audience want to throw things at their television screens. It's basic marketing, basic human decency, and basic common sense all rolled into one. But then again, common sense seems to be in short supply these days. Meghan has managed to turn a simple wine launch into a royal incident, a PR nightmare, and a masterclass in how not to do business. The woman has talent, just not the kind you want to put on a resume. The beautiful irony is that Meghan probably thought this would be a touching tribute or a meaningful connection to Diana. Instead, she created a controversy that has people questioning her judgment, her sensitivity, and her basic understanding of appropriate timing. She wanted to honor Diana's memory and ended up dishonoring it instead. The road to royal controversy is paved with good intentions, poor timing, and apparently rosé wine. Meghan has managed to turn every gesture into a gaffe, every tribute into a travesty, and every business decision into a royal headache. But here's the thing. The real impact of all this isn't just the headlines or the outrage. It's the fact that every time something like this happens, it makes genuine reconciliation with the royal family that much harder. William and Catherine are trying to raise their children, serve their country, and maintain some semblance of family dignity while dealing with constant drama from across the pond. Every wine launch becomes a royal crisis, every business decision becomes a family feud, and every anniversary becomes an opportunity for more controversy. The woman has turned being a royal family member into a contact sport, and the score isn't looking good for Team Sussex. So there you have it, folks. Prince William's seething after Meghan launches wine on Diana's birthday. It's a story that has everything: poor timing, family drama, sold out inventory that doesn't exist, and enough royal shade to eclipse the sun. Meghan has once again proven that she can turn any situation into a controversy with the skill of a master chef turning ingredients into a disaster. The woman has managed to make launching a wine brand feel like a diplomatic incident. She's turned rosé into royal rage and vintage into vintage drama. William is probably wondering if there's a statute of limitations on being surprised by poor decisions, while Catherine is probably updating her list of things I'm grateful I don't have to explain to the press. At the end of the day, this whole situation is just another reminder that timing is everything. Common sense is priceless, and some people have a gift for turning every opportunity into a controversy. Meghan Markle, ladies and gentlemen, consistently inconsistent, predictably unpredictable, and always ready to turn a simple business launch into a royal crisis. The wine might be sold out, but the drama, that's always fully stocked and ready to serve.